Right though, the Aussie. How's it, brother?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. First, I just want to say, big shukran for Bukab Delhi for hosting us once again. So guys, please make a turn here. It's very aesthetic, like you know. So inshallah, hope to see you all here. Aussie, what can you tell me, brother? Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm all good, bro. I'm here for you. I'm here
Easy.
for you. I'm here. Look, the Club Rugby podcast is something that I enjoy watching, just to listen to different people's views and their stories, and
So
it's
you watched
lekker,
the
man.
episodes?
Obviously, man. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a rugby fan. So
So
any podcast about rugby, I'll watch.
where do it start? Like childhood, like young
Yeah.
age, or
Not like young age. Actually, start my first rugby game I played was for Abibia. I went to Abibia Primary, and they didn't have a rugby school and or a rugby team. And I don't know if you know Shekhi Ismail Davids.
from Sugar Fan? No.
Um, what do they call him? I can't recall.
Did you play with
Shekhi, man, they call
Rangers
him
Rugby Club?
Rangers. He
Yes,
plays by
yes,
the
I know
Kloof.
that. Yeah, I know. He played
He
flag.
take people on the Hajj now, and what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it?
I think I know who you're speaking
Yeah,
about.
Shekhi. He was a teacher. He was my favorite teacher at Abibia, and we started a team. We had a jersey that looked like Falsbly's jersey with a red in the middle and two groen. And the groen, it was full in the Falsbly. We used to call us for a Falsbly. But
But
yeah,
Amoebia's colours was green.
Vivia's color was green, and I don't know where the red come from, but there was a red, what you call it, a cotton langmo with a cuff, you know. Oh, thinking it's old school. But yeah, that was my first game of rugby. I think I was probably standard 3. I used to grade 5 now, but
11
standard
years
3,
old.
yeah. And I played in the, there was only one team, which was like the under 13
13.
team. And I played fly off. Used to play with a cow foot, or I used to kick, so I used to wear one sock. So just so the
That
foot
was the
don't
style,
run,
no?
the foot
That was the
don't
style,
run,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so that's where my rugby journey started with, and he actually coached at Primroses. He was under 13 coach at Primroses. Then he asked me like, "Don't you want to play club rugby?" And by this time, I didn't. I knew of club rugby, or we used to go watch my cousins them at rag day and stuff. Kloof versus Collegians. Bikes them used to play for Kloof. So that's all I knew. Like I didn't know there was another club. Like I came late into rugby. Like I wasn't born in everything is just rugby, rugby, rugby. And then he asked me, "Don't you want to come play by Primroses?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." And then like I knew a couple of guys that played for Primroses, like Halanchi, them, which is still my friends now. And I went to Primroses. He said he needed a scrum off. I'm like, yo, scrum off. I'm in long, I'm tall, and what you call it?
Ruan Pinar.
Ruan Pinar. Yeah, I played scrum off. I played scrum off under 13 by Primroses, and but I was always, the minute I started, I knew this was for me. Like I was a cricketer all the years. I used to play cricket. I played Western Province under 13 cricket, and like just my dad was the convener at United Cricket Club. So that's how I knew a lot of the Kloof guys and stuff through cricket, because in the summer we played cricket and in the winter they played rugby. But obviously I loved, moved out of Bukup, and we lived in the outskirts, like in the southern suburbs always. So, but I grew up in Bukup because my grandfather was from Bukup. All my uncles and my aunties stayed in Bukup. So I always had a tie to Bukup, but I never actually physically lived in Bukup.
I see
You know
now.
what I mean?
I understand, yeah.
I never physically lived.
But your forefathers lived
my
in
forefathers,
yeah.
and my dad grew up in Bukup.
Yeah.
And I was every week in Bukup, because we used to come to my grandmother and grandfather in Dope Street. And every Thursday night we used to have khadat by his house, so we used to come for the khadat every Thursday night. So I basically grew up in Bukup. To come, I remember in Bukup they used to, in Ramadan they used to play cricket there by Leven Street. And Bakar and Bikes and Aadil them used to take me up there, and we used to go play cricket there by Leven Street. So I always had like
A
a
connection.
connection to Bukap, yeah. But anyway, I played by Primroses, and once I started playing rugby, like cricket didn't matter to me anymore because this is I want to play rugby now. And my mom and my dad never wanted me to play rugby because my dad busted a knee for playing rugby, and but so they never used to take me to practice. They used to say, no, you can't play rugby. Then I stayed, I don't know, you know where St. Athens Road Mosque is?
Yes, yes, I love a few
I,
roads over
yes,
there. I
now
know.
I stayed in Garth Avenue,
Okay.
which is 2 roads away from St. Athens Road. I used to stand up, I mean, on a Friday, I used after school, and I used to walk from there to Rosemead to get to practice. Walk.
Oh, it's
I used
far.
to tell
Because I'm
my
not thinking now, like, are you going over the roundabout?
on over the Rondebosch Bridge and stuff. So I used to walk from Garth Avenue to Rosemead just to get to practice. And then on a Saturday morning, I used to wake up after Fajr and my daddy go to mosque. And when he go to mosque, then I take a slip. Then then I say, no, we're going to go study. I'm going to go study by my friend. Then I go play rugby.
Yo, it's commitment.
Just to
But
make
how
that,
old are you
because
that time?
13.
13.
Yeah, 12, 13, like in those, like I
And no one
literally used to
bang,
walk. Huh?
you get robbed, and no one at the Roshan
No,
knew.
back then,
I
I
know
feel like
back
back then
then
it was a bit, it felt more safer than
safer.
what it is now, like the weirdos now of today. But I feel like back then, like I honestly, and I told no one, I used to just come there, and then after practice, I used to just ask somebody, hey, give a love home or something like
Okay.
that. Then I used to get the love home, but I say my daddy dropped me or my mommy dropped me here, but and I used to catch a love. So that was my commitment to actually wanting to play the sport.
Yo.
And then like my parents, like, and I'm not what you call it, them at all about it. Like I know they only wanted the best for me and didn't want me
No,
to obviously get injured and all that.
on your parents, the final game, I saw the respect between you and your daddy, you know, and I knew because I was walking behind
Yeah.
you. He might have not wanted you to play, but I saw him by the game, and I saw you kissing his hand and the respect, him hugging you and going on there. So even so, he didn't want you to play, but he came to support and everything.
No, I'm
so
sorry. I was gonna say like they never the beginning years they used to never come watch me play or
Yeah.
what you call, because they didn't know. So can't put it on them. They didn't know. I
No.
was what you call it thing to get just to go play on a Saturday morning. I used to walk to Rosemead basically, and it was only after a while where people started to say, "Hey, you've seen it quite gespeel," and my dad used to like, "Waar gespeel?" No, you play the rugby. Ek kan mos nie cricket speel in winter nie. So yeah, so only after when I started getting praise and people started to say, "Hey, your son is playing," but it wasn't even like junior years because I didn't play long juniors. I played juniors, so I always played in age groups above my own age.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there was 1 year that I actually played in my age group that I was supposed to play. So I
What
played
year was that? If you can
under 13. So under 13 was like I played 2 years or 3 years under 13. But then under 13 by Primroses, and then when I was 13, I used to want to play rag days because that was like
was
you know liquor look just I wanted to
watch,
be a
yeah.
part of it. And all like I'm family of all the Gabriels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they used to all play for Collegians. And then they just told me one day, hey, come play for Collegians. Leave this Rosa and what you call it. And then I literally went a week of practice for rag to Collegians.
And how old are you this time?
13.
13.
And then I played under 13. And then I played under 15 game with my brother also played. And we played, it was still on City Park, I'll never forget. I played under 13 for Collegians, then they put me on the bench for the under 15, and I played under 15 also. So, yeah, so I played by Collegians like a year. And then when I was 15, I actually came to Kloof. But when I came to Kloof as a 15-year-old, I played under 19.
You probably have 50 caps in under 19.
No, but then I didn't play long. I played 2 years under 19, then I played first team again.
Now, speaking about that, no, going to call 1 year. How old are you there? 14.
14, yeah.
And under what did you play there? Under 15, 16?
Yeah.
So play full game, sit on the bench under 16. Okay.
Yeah, under 15, sorry.
And then when you experience a rag as a youngster,
it's like the best thing ever. Like you just want to do, but like I don't know, like my heart. Whether I played for Primroses, like I remember one rag there, and I'm sorry, like maybe I shouldn't say it, but
no, say we like us.
Collegians actually is
Close to your
it's
heart.
close to my heart, man. I always have a soft spot for Collegians, and I always like I loved playing by Collegians, and just the togetherness of everyone there, and the supporters and everything. Like I loved it, but like I always had this. I think it was because I played for United Cricket, like United and Scotch Kloof is like brother and sister kind of thing, rugby cricket and whatever. So I always had like this connection and wanting to play for Kloof. And I always, like, I remember I used to play juniors or under 15 or whatever by under 13 by Primroses. Then I go watch my cousins, them under 19 by Kloof. They used to play a lot in City Park back then. That was Abu, Bikes, Kakalaki, that Mama, them, all of them used to play under 19 still. You're like, those are my heroes. Those are the people, like, I actually went to go watch to go play. I never used to watch, like I didn't know about first team rugby. I didn't ever go watch first team rugby like that. Like I only started watching first team rugby when I came to Kloof for the second time. Like or for the first time, like as a 15, 16-year-old. So I only started realizing, because that's when that under 19 team became the first team of Kloof.
Oh yeah.
And they won the 1B, and that's when I started watching first team. So I didn't really know. All I was like junior rugby was all the.
So coming to that, being 1 year at Collegians and then moving now to Kloof. But that connection comes based off you coming here for your grandfather, your majority of your friends was here.
Yeah.
And I know I said sometimes you can play somewhere, but your heart, I want to play with them one day and stuff like that. So that's why after a year at Collegians, you actually leave to play.
By Kloof.
Then that under 15, do you then play in our Aces tournaments that time?
No. I never played in our Aces tournament.
So were you before that or after that?
If I did, I wasn't playing. I didn't play. Is that way?
That was when they had like under 19
on track B and track C.
It was on the track.
But on that fields, on the back fields,
backfields, B, C, and then the main games.
I think the 1 year that I was eligible or that I was going to play, I was away that weekend with my family. So I don't think I played. I can't recall playing in a Aces tournament.
And memories, and you never went to one of it also to watch and stuff like that.
I don't. I honestly don't.
Then playing now 2 years, under 19, 15, 16 years old. How was that? Who did you play with? What names is it that people?
The Lunga.
So they come that time already.
Yeah, the Lunga. I started playing with the Lunga. And I remember like in Book-Up, I don't know. We made a comment. One of the last practices, like we are the last of Ami Satanas. I don't know if you know Ami. So Ami is to Kloof. Ami is to Kloof what Boo was to Collegians.
Okay, now I understand. Yeah.
So he also used to learn, and he's the reason why I came to Kloof is because him and my grandfather, they used to be neighbors, and he used to come every Thursday night to the Khatat also, and he used to say, "Cook speel by Kloof, speel by Kloof," and he's the reason why I actually came to Kloof. It was because he and my daddy used to know him, and he was close ties to my daddy and all that, and to my grandfather. And he said, "This is your team. This waar jy behoort, and this waar jy moet speel and whatever." So that's how I came to Kloof, and I'll never forget the one of the first or the first. I didn't practice for the Kloof. I didn't practice for the Kloof. He just said, "Come to on Saturday," and I can't even remember where we played. I don't remember the team's name. It's some school we played at, and like there was a 19A and 19B. So I'm just what you call it. I'm 15 or 16 years old, and I messaged just still 18, and I promise you, all the 8 players didn't like me just because I came there and I saw my start in the A team. Like there was a whole thing between A and B. We used to call the B team the Corkies, and like I literally just rocked up on the Saturday and I played and
No practice.
no
just play.
practice. Ami just put me in the team, fullback. Anyway, I had a decent game. I had a good game or whatever, and
They earn your respect
I
after.
kind of yeah. As the games went on, and I started earning the respect of the guys, and we started like on a Friday night. I used to come to Buka because for me to drive because my daddy them still didn't want me to play, but now they know I'm playing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and plus I'm playing by club, so they want me. And all my uncles stay here in Buka. So
So
on
you
a
just
Friday
sleep
night,
here?
I used to come to Buka, and then I used to sleep here by my auntie them. And then Friday
Saturday.
night we used to have a team meeting every Friday night by Taba's house here in
Kapini.
Kapini Street. Yeah. Then we used
And
to then we used to lamdi on a Friday night, matter later night. And then you must play you must be 8 o'clock the next morning or
for the
6 o'clock
pass.
by the pass and what you call it. But that was like best
That's the
times.
good memories you
Good
have.
memories I have. Yeah.
And did you go trials that time? Like
I
BP?
did. I went under 19 trials. I went through a couple of different what you call it. What do they call that? Like
Rounds.
rounds. Yeah,
Round one, round two, round
and
three.
then I remember one of the last rounds that I was at, like back then,
Then the
everyone
main
is
players come the loss around, huh?
yes, but everyone is like it's like they're looking for themselves, man. And as a fullback, like I got no ball in that round, like absolutely nothing. I couldn't do anything. I tried to look, don't go past the fly
No,
over
I
the
haven't seen
center
that.
or whatever. So like it was not a bad experience, but it just I wasn't able to showcase what I had
And
back then. And then yeah, so that
was it Rags that time that you played
there was
against?
I played
Now in high school Rags that you played against school? No, not that time.
no.
Then now 18.
I went to Islamia, so I played a rag against Windsor, bro. Kalanchi played for Windsor. And I played for Islamia. It was actually quite that was
Neighbors, no?
neighbors, yeah.
Yeah.
It was lekker.
I was at Al Azhar. I was at Al Azhar, no? And then we used to play Windsor also, yeah. And that was almost like a also like a rivalry.
There used to be like
Of the athletes.
day of sport, and then you play against them all the sports.
Yo.
Anyway, then rugby is the main game. So yeah,
How was that?
it was freakly.
No? It was easy, no?
Huh?
Very easy.
But we had a decent team. Like there was a couple of guys. I'm bad with names and
Names.
remembering people and stuff. And like,
But-
do you know Copper?
Uh-uh.
You don't know. He used to play for Violets.
No,
and,
no.
like we used to have a few Primroses guys, and Darius used to play for Windsor. I don't even know Darius that used to play by Rosa. The Loco, he used to play by Rosa. Kalanchi used to play
Then
by
we-
Rosa. Huh?
I don't know what. Then what? Now 18 years old. Now you.
No, I was.
No, I mean like done with school. Do you go first?
So
Do you go to club?
16 years. I'm 16. I'm playing under 19. When I turned 17, when my matric year. That's under six. That when I was 16, I remember at the end of the season they used to have a sevens tournament, but a senior sevens tournament, and like all the first team guys of Kloof, or like Bakker, Bakes, Kakalaki, and Cousin, and Ahmed Basir, and all of them, they played in the sevens tournament. But it was like a big sevens tournament. It was at Kales River. I remember it was Kales River. And then I was like a up and coming youngster and whatever, so they picked me in that team. But I'm 16 and this is a senior tournament. And we played against Tigerberg, and Tigerberg had SA7s like Benny Boyce and them, and they had a Maori that played and all this. Like, and I'm a 16-year-old, and I promise you, I'm thin now. I was plank maar back then. Like, I only started gymming like early 2010. Not early 2010, like 2011, 2012. That's when I really started gymming. Like after 2012.